Good morning. We are here, we as in me and you, are here having a crisis meeting. Also, don't think my breakfast is healthy because it says protein on it, because this is so bad. Just because something says protein on it doesn't mean it's good for you. The second ingredient in this is sugar. Ultra processed. But unfortunately it does actually taste quite nice, which is really annoying. Wouldn't recommend it though, because it's not very good for you. So don't fall for it. Don't fall for the trap. I'm actually thinking of setting myself a little challenge in a few weeks where I see if I can go a whole week without eating ultra processed foods. I can still eat processed foods like cheese or good cereals, or I can't think of anything else, but like ultra processed, like stuff like this. This is just junk. I don't know how they get away with, like, I mean, they don't necessarily say on the packet that it's healthy, but I think people just assume because it's my protein and it has 20 grams of protein in it, so people are like, oh, you need protein to be healthy, so that must be healthy. Winds me up. Anyway, I'm going off topic a bit here. We are having a crisis meeting because of my cancellations. The cancellation rate at the moment is so high and I need to do something about it and I don't quite know what. So that's why we're having a crisis meeting, me and you. The other day, and it's almost a bit embarrassing, on Monday, I put up an Instagram story and said, classes for Tuesday are nearly fully booked, so if you want to come, book now. We've got 3 spaces left for Pilates, 1 space left for rebounds. And then at some point that evening, rebounds ended up being fully booked, and I think there was like 1 or 2 spaces left on Pilates. So I was like, great, what a great night that's gonna be. Then the next day, going about my day as normal, and then open my emails, cancellation. Okay, fine. Classes aren't gonna be fully booked anymore, but they're still busy. Cancellation. So Pilates went right down, but then a couple more people booked, so it actually went up again, and I think I ended up with 7, which is just over half full, and rebounds went down to 3. So from fully booked, it went to 3 people. Gutted. And I just don't know what to do because the cancelling, like I think I've said this in a video before, every now and again it happens. And I think a couple of weeks ago, that week, if you saw the other video where I had like something like 40 cancellations in a week, I was like, oh, sometimes it happens. I've done a poll on Instagram, everyone said they were ill. That's fine, and I know people get ill, but this is stressing me out. And I don't want people to individually feel bad for cancelling, because I'm never annoyed at anyone as individuals. I'm just annoyed at the whole thing. So I'm never like, oh, so-and-so's cancelled again. Like, I'm never like that. It's just, I'm annoyed at the number of cancellations, not the individual people that cancelled. So I don't know what to do. At the moment, our cancellation policy is 4 hours. If you cancel within 4 hours of the class, then you don't get a refund. And even when you do get a refund, you don't actually get a refund to your bank account. You get a refund voucher. So you can only use it to book another class. So I don't technically lose the money. But at the same time, I think it's too easy for people to cancel. I feel like there's no like consequences, especially, and I'm not saying this group of people do it the most, or they hardly do it at all, but when you have an unlimited pass, it doesn't matter because you've got unlimited classes anyway. So if you cancel 5 minutes before, you haven't really lost anything because you've got unlimited classes, so you can book another class. I'm not saying that unlimited people do that. The unlimited people are some of my die-hard regulars. Class passes, it goes back on your pass, so you technically get it back. Again, I don't technically lose any money, but you get the class back on your pass, so you haven't really lost anything. And that's with as long as it's more than 4 hours before. A lot of fitness centres do 24 hours, and I think that's a bit harsh, because if you've got a class at 6:30 in the evening and you wake up in the morning and think, oh, I've got a cold, or I feel sick or whatever, or oh my god, my baby hasn't slept, I don't know how I'm going to get through the day, then you wouldn't have known that at 6 o'clock the day before. So I feel like the 24-hour thing is a bit harsh. I don't like that, but I do get it, because they're not in situations like this, so they're winning really. I don't know whether to change it to like 8 hours. So 8 hours, it would be like, say a class at 6:30, then that's like 10:30. So you would have already got to work, so you would potentially know if you needed to stay late at work, which what happens a lot with our 5:30 classes. People cancel last minute because they're stuck at work or whatever. Obviously it depends where you work to know whether you know you're going to get stuck there, but the people that cancel last minute for that don't get anything back anyway, so it won't change it anyway. So 10:30 in the morning you would know for a 6:30 class, so you would already have woken up potentially ill or just feeling a bit rubbish or haven't really slept the night before. You'd already be at work, so you would know what kind of day you were going to have potentially, depending on where you worked. And you would have had time to go on and cancel. The thing I am questioning is, I can potentially do what I want, but I think that's the problem. I can do what I want. Could I change the cancellation policy on a random Thursday in the middle of October? I went to say August, and then I knew it wasn't August, so then I quickly tried to change it to October, but I accidentally said April. But it's definitely the 16th of October today. To do it at the start of the month? Do I need to make sure? This is what I always question. I overthink everything because I have no one to sort of make decisions with, and I have spoken about this before, because basically I ask for advice from everyone I know, but because the final decision is just mine alone and there's no one else to really talk to, or like there's no one else like to make decisions with, like an assistant manager or whatever, I just overthink it, because if anyone moans or complains, then I'm the only one that has to deal with it. So I really like overthink stuff. I might change it to 8. I might tell everyone I'm doing it on Monday, and then at least it's a few days to make sure everyone knows. That's another thing, like how am I going to tell everyone? The cancellation policy is on the class booking, so when you book the class, it says on there that the cancellation policy is like what it is. So if they've already booked the class, they've agreed to the cancellation policy, which is 4 hours. So can I then change it if they've already booked? And they won't know that I've changed it, like they won't get a notification or anything. So I have to make sure somehow every single person knows, trust that they all look at my Instagram stories, all maybe would watch this, or just know, or just don't care. It's a lot to think about, and it's something so simple that would literally take 2 minutes to do. And I think, is 8 hours enough? The problem I've got is I don't mind if people move their classes or if they need to cancel, I don't mind. What I need to sort out is why so many people are cancelling, because the cancellation rate is so high. Tuesday alone, we had 15 people cancel just on Tuesday, just for Tuesday's classes. 15 people. So I'm like, why is it so high? And that's the thing, I don't think I can find out or do anything about it, because I put a poll on Instagram when it happened before and people were like, oh, I'm just ill. I'm gonna change it to 8 hours, but but I don't think that's going to stop the cancellations. They're just going to do it either earlier or they're just not going to get a refund. I think the cancellation rate's still going to be the same numbers. It will just benefit me more because they can't rebook onto another class. But the problem, I want to change how many people are cancelling. I don't want it to be as high, but I just don't know how to do that. And it hasn't been like this the whole time, so it is potentially just because people are ill at the moment. Why are so many people ill? And then I start to question whether it's like because I'm too soft. Because this is like a place where everyone's welcome and we're really nice to people, and we're not the kind of fitness instructors that are like shouting at you, like being like really intense. Whereas I know for definite that other fitness centres, if you cancel or you have a week off, they will be messaging you going, are you serious about your goals? Why are you not coming to classes? Why are you not taking this seriously? I would never do that, ever. But is that the reason why? Because I'm too soft? Like, I just don't ask people. Like, I couldn't even bring myself. If someone came in and they'd cancelled all their classes last week, I would obviously ask them how they are. I ask everyone that. But I would never be like, oh, why did you cancel last week? I couldn't even bring myself to say that. So the confidence of some of these fitness instructors where they message or email and say, where are you? Why are you not taking this seriously? Oh, God, that fills me with fear. But maybe that's why my cancellations are so high, because they're like, oh, Shanice won't care if we cancel. She'll be all right. Maybe I'm too nice. But I do really need to sort this out because it is ridiculous and I can't go all winter like this. So embarrassed on Tuesday. I ended up actually having 5 in the class because a couple of people from Pilates asked to stay. So I did end up having 5 in rebounds. But to put a story up saying it's fully booked and then for everyone to walk in and there only be 3 of them, I was so embarrassed because they'd all seen the story as well. So I was like, oh, it was fully booked, I promise. I'm not lying. You know Zara Larsson's new song? I think it's called Midnight Sun. It has been in my head for at least a week. And I cannot get it out of my head, and I'm literally like humming it all day, and I have to listen to it. Every time I get to the studio, I have to put it on and listen to it to try and get it out of my head, but it doesn't work. It's just in my head all the time. And every time I go on Instagram, there's a video of it, and then it's in my head again, and it's just constant. Last night, I had a dream that people were singing it to me. That's how much it is in here on repeat constantly. I don't really know what the rest of the dream was about, but I went somewhere and just random people were just singing it to me, but in her voice. I'm pretty sure she was there, which is weird. Never met the woman. All mic'd up. Hello. Because I've just been filming a reel about line dancing. I'm hoping it's a good reel, but I thought I would also do it in here. So basically, I have just filmed a reel of me practicing line dances for tonight and also learning a new Michael Jackson one. Now I'm going to go through them and practice them, so I thought I would do that bit on here. So then if you haven't seen the reel on Instagram, you're still getting the line dancing part of my day. I've taken some out, I've put a new one in, which I love the new one. I just need to go through them. I've taken Shania Twain out, which I feel really bad about, but I just can't remember it. And I can't get the steps. It's an odd count of steps and the song's an odd count. And I just cannot remember how to get it in time. And it's just stressing me out. So I think I'll just take that one out and replace it with the new Michael Jackson one, which is so good. So this one's the warm-up. So do you like my outfit? Can't remember it. Oh no, that is literally it. Because this one's the warm-up. It's just really simple and slow. Just to get everyone used to the kinds of moves we're going to do. So warm their body up at the same time. I've done it wrong now because I'm talking. Into it. This one's still not too intense, but it's good to get people into the country vibes.
That water, keep one thing in mind. You got a hard broke hillbilly standing here in line. Been down in
This one, I really like that we do 2 quick grapevines and then 1 slow grapevine. I don't know why I like it so much, but I think it's really fun. This is a really famous line dance, but it's one that sort of you can put to any track, so you just sort of make it up. So the moves are all set out. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a famous line dance. And then, yeah, but I've added in extra moves. So you're meant to do 2 of these, but I do 4. The reason I do 4 is because I struggle to do odd counts. All the other classes that I teach, doing odd counts and being out of time with the music, I cannot cope with it. So it's not very country, but I do it in counts of 8. If you agree with that or not, I don't know, but at ShanFitness we do it in 8. I love this one. To me feels like you're in a club. Like, you know, when you see, I don't know if anyone else gets these, you see videos on Instagram of like people in line dancing clubs in America, and this is how this one feels. You know, just like chilled. People don't look like they're taking it too seriously, but they're also still having fun, but they also look really cool at the same time. I don't think I look cool in this outfit, but let's put this one in. Can you hear that? When I put this one in, it was all over TikTok and Instagram, so I put it in the class we did a couple of months ago. Now I feel like it's not really popular anymore, so I don't know whether to put it in or not, but I do feel like it's fun. We need some big fans. Ever seen the reel of, what character is it? It's a character at a kid's birthday party doing it. Who is it? Woody from Toy Story. Every time, it doesn't come up anymore. I feel like everyone's over it, but when it used to come up on my Instagram all the time, I used to cry with laughter at Woody like this. So funny. It is a very famous line dance, so I haven't changed any of it. That's a good one. So this is the one.
Let's go, girls.
This is the one that I just can't remember it. I can't get it, which is so annoying because I've taught it twice before. Just can't get it. Just can't do it. Michael Jackson, not very country, but I'm obsessed with it. I've twisted my ankle doing it. Don't even care. So good. I think everyone's going to love this so much. I think it's going to be so good. So it is 20 to 2. I've got loads of time to practice. This isn't what I'm wearing tonight. You will be disappointed to know, but I love line dancing classes. Surprise, surprise, loads of people have cancelled this morning. I don't know what we're going to do about this. I actually just can't believe how many people cancel. I don't know what's going on. My period is literally due any minute. and it's making me feel bloated and horrible. When I'm wearing like a skirt and stuff, I just feel like really uncomfortable. So I'm hoping once class starts, I'll feel a bit better. I'm sure I will once I start dancing. Just done line dancing. What I find strange, and I might be so tired that I'm delusional, but people in hot countries wear hats like this. Why? I actually forgot how cold it gets in here. It is freezing in here this morning. I've actually had to just get changed because I was wearing shorts. I don't really like doing classes in leggings. Had my leggings, flared leggings here, so I've just got changed because I was literally shivering. No rebounds today, just Pilates. I need to do a story or something to decide what I'm going to do about Saturdays, because I just don't know what to do. I'm thinking of putting pit on at 8:30 on a Saturday and then changing rebounds to something else, and then keep Pilates how it is, because Pilates is all right. It's not the busiest class, but there's people every week, so I'm happy to keep it the same. When we first started, I put it on at the weekend as well, because the Tuesday evening rebounds was fully booked all the time with a wait list. So I put on another one on a Saturday for the people that couldn't get on the Tuesday. But now that the Tuesday one is not fully booked every week, people don't come to the Saturday one. Like, the novelty of it has worn off a bit, which I was a bit worried about. I might change it to something else. I don't know what. I really don't know what. So I think I'm gonna have to get everyone else to decide for me, because I really don't know. I've also this morning been sorting out our spiritual fair. So we put a spiritual fair on this coming Friday, a spiritual version of a Halloween event. And I just don't know what's going on. We're really struggling to get stall holders. Like, all my regulars that I use for everything, they're all busy, away or already got things booked in. So we're really struggling to get stall holders. So I decided the other day that I was going to cancel it, because it's just not worth it. Like, people are going to get here and then there's going to be like 2 stalls and they're going to be like, what is this? So I decided to cancel it. But then yesterday, people were asking me if they can still come and see the medium. So Donna is an amazing medium. So we're gonna put her in the mini studio and people can just book to come and see her on Friday instead. So I'm still gonna be here on the Friday, but people are just gonna come and see Donna. And then I'm just speaking to Emma. We're gonna try and do some other bits as well. Maybe something in the salt room. And I'm gonna still do the pumpkin painting for the Anxious Girls Club. I have actually given myself the afternoon off today, which is a real treat. I don't usually do that. I just decided yesterday that I'm just gonna go home and have a nice lunch and watch TV all afternoon. I have got a few admin bits that I need to do at the same time, but they're just little bits that I can do while I'm watching TV, so it still feels like a day off to me. I don't really watch TV. By the time I get home from classes, I'm here all day, then I do classes, then by the time I get home and have my dinner and have a shower, I just either go on my phone or I go straight to bed. But maybe like twice a week, I'll watch TV before I go to sleep. And there's so many good programs on at the moment that I'm feeling overwhelmed trying to watch them all. And I'm behind on everything. So Celebrity Traitors is hilarious. I'm really enjoying it, but I am quite far behind. But because it's so popular, I'm getting so many spoilers. Married at First Sight UK, I love Married at First Sight. I do prefer the Australian one, but the UK one is all right. I'm like 2 weeks behind on that, so I need to catch up on that. RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Luckily there's only 1 episode a week, I think, on that, so I think I'm caught up, but potentially I've got 1 episode. Oh, I've got 1 left in the Victoria Beckham documentary as well, but I'm a bit disappointed by it. I was a huge Spice Girls fan back in the day, and I I admire these celebrities like Victoria Beckham, Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian that have this like character and you think you know them so well, but it's just their brand. I really admire that. She's one of those people that has this brand. Well, you don't really know the real her and people have got a lot to say about her, but it is just the brand. So I love stuff like that. I do think it hasn't been that good. It wasn't as good as the David Beckham one. One episode left of that as well. So I've probably got about 10 hours of TV to watch today. Fine by me. I was late again this morning. Second Sunday in a row I've been late. I'm still here before everyone else, so I feel I can get away with it. But it does make me very stressed when I'm trying to get ready and trying to get here and I'm late. We put these draft excluders at the bottom of the door in when the weather gets cold, because there's a bit on the floor that's broken, so there's a bit of a gap. So we do that so it doesn't get too cold in here, but actually it helps so much because usually when I come in here every single morning when they're not there, this place is full of feathers and dirt and it's just gross. But when I come in here when the draft excluders are there, I can actually get away with not hoovering, which is good because I haven't got time. I feel like I look like a steak today. Do you ever like when you get up late and you're like in a rush and then you just feel gross all day? That's what I feel like today. I have just watched this video back and I feel like I'm not necessarily being very negative, but I didn't tell you about any of the good parts of it. I only told you about the negative parts. So I posted about the cancellation policy, changing it to 8 hours, and everyone seems pretty happy with that. So that's going live tomorrow. Line dancing went really well, and new people have already booked for next time, plus regulars, so I'm happy with that. The spiritual night, I posted on Instagram last night that Donna was still going to come in and you can book appointments with Donna, and that is half full already. People were going crazy for it, so that's good. It's been an alright week. It's actually been fine. It's been just like an average week, but when I watched this back it seemed like a really tough week and it wasn't. So I think I just focused. It wasn't even really that negative, but I just think I focused on telling you about the more negative side of it rather than the positive bit as well. I have actually had a lovely week.